Hi, shalom, and welcome back to Who Knew It Was Jewish? We are on episode 78, and today's topic is Friends. David Crane was born to Jewish parents on August 13th, 1957 in New York, New York, and Marta Fran Kaufman was born to Jewish parents on September 22nd, 1956 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The idea for the series was conceived when Crane and Kaufman began thinking about the time that they had finished college and started living by themselves in New York. Kaufman believed they were looking at a time when the future was simply more of a question mark, and so they found the concept to be very interesting, believing everybody knows exactly what that feeling is like, and because it was also how they felt in their lives at the time. Crane and Kaufman similarly were in a friend group with 4 other people. Kaufman and Crane decided to pitch the series about 6 people in their 20s making their way in Manhattan to NBC, since they thought it would be the best fit there after attempting to pitch it to a few other production companies. NBC loved it and signed on. Kaufman and Crane began developing Friends, actually under the working title Insomnia Cafe, between November and December of 1993. After several script rewrites and changes, including title changes to 6 of 1 and Friends Like Us, the series was finally named Friends. It took Kaufman and Crane 3 days to write the pilot script. David Schwimmer was the first cast. His role of Ross was written for him. Courtney Cox was casted next. She auditioned for Monica. Their producers actually wanted her for Rachel, but Kaufman ultimately had final say and agreed with Courtney. Matt LeBlanc was up next and auditioned for Joey. He put a different spin on Joey, more simple-minded than intended, and really gave the character a lot of heart. Although Crane and Kaufman not necessarily wanting LeBlanc for the role at the time, they were actually told by the network to cast him, and so they did. Jennifer Aniston, Matthew Perry, and Lisa Kudrow were cast based on their auditions alone. Perry and Aniston both were still actually under contract to other shows at the time of that year and were cast just days before shooting the pilot began. The majority of the storyline came from the writers, although the actors added some ideas. And although the writers originally planned the big love story to be between Joey and Monica, the idea of the romantic interest did come between Ross and Rachel and emerged during the period when Kaufman and Crane wrote the pilot script. Each summer, the producers would outline the storylines for the subsequent season. And just a quick little additional note, Marta Kaufman is actually married to Mike Skloff, who composed the Friends theme song. Thank you so much for joining me for today's episode. I certainly hope you enjoyed it, and make sure to check back next week for a new episode. And of course, don't forget that if you have any suggestions for a future episode, please make sure to write it in the comment section, contact me through any of my social media platforms, or simply email me at simplyhappymarlo@gmail.com. If I find that your suggestion does indeed have Jewish history and background to it, I will not only make sure to make an episode about it, but I will make sure to shout you out during that video. Thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you all next time.